Okay, I think that one negative thing that we've pushed over time is that stress is negative. Stress is a normal response. And so, for instance, when I wake up in the morning on a Monday morning and I'm thinking, wow, I have to get to the island from the mainland, the first thing that hits me is there'll be traffic. That's a stressor. And our stressors can be external or internal. So sometimes our stressors we can be our own stressors, our unrealistic and even sometimes realistic expectations of ourselves. And so whenever there's a stressor, the body gives what is known as a stress response. And in responding to the stress, what happens? It releases stress hormones. And so when stress hormones are released, there's a stressor, the stress hormones go up, you resolve the stress, it goes down. When something shows up again, it's a way of, the body looks at, wow, there's something coming to attack you. Let me see how I can protect you. And so when the stressor is gone, your hormonal levels drop. However, many of us in a city like Lagos, and with all the things happening in Nigeria and world over, are in a constant state of stress.
Thank you.
And so what happens is that
you see, instead of thank you,
you're very welcome. And so instead of
life is hard,
waxing and waning, what you find is that the stress hormones are constantly in the system. And when stress hormones are constantly released, of course, the organs are exhausted. The body is also receiving all those stress hormones that it should have been taking in pulses. It's taking it in huge doses. And so it affects everything from the hair on your head to the sole of your feet. Again, different occupations come with their own stresses. And so what you said is right. How we react to stress is also dependent on our genetics, nature and nurture. Where do I come from? What did they tell me about stress? How did they make stress look? Did they always say that, when stress comes, don't show up, ensure you protect yourself, no, stress is not for you, you're here for the baby girl soft life, and all of that. How was stress explained to you? What has your environment told you about stress? And it's the reason why you say, for instance, if his own level is 700, and you hear that, maybe you grew up in AJ City, you're like, that's why.
AJ for life.
And if you grew up in a softer part of Lagos, you think that. So again,
I grew up in the rough area.
It is learned. Stress behaviors are also learned. They're things that we've depended on over time. And so whatever it is that we see at our workplaces, again, being aware, being informed. I mean, when I used to work, part of what I would think is I could get attacked. It didn't happen a lot of times, but did it happen? I was aware that it could happen. And so I wasn't just sitting and thinking nothing will happen. Let's be aware that all industries come with their own stresses. If you go to the financial industry now, they're talking about targets, they're talking about fluctuations in dollar rate. Be aware, be informed.
So just not trying